Mr. Happy Living here, and I'm happy to be broadcasting from WITV7 in the beautiful Queen City, Charlotte, North Carolina. I love entrepreneurs and soul contract practitioners and intuitive life coaches and people from every walk of life that have discovered their reason for being on this planet. And that's why I love Draya Love. She's all those things, and she's also a recently published author of the book she was meant to write. It's called Love Letter to My Life, Healing. It's been called a game changer in the healing space. It's small doses of day-to-day healing practices ready to integrate them as soon as you read them. She makes complex topics fun, light, and relevant for everyone. So Draya Love, welcome to the Something Significant Show.
Thank you, brother. It's a pleasure to be here. I'm really grateful to share the space with you and be doing something significant in my life so we can share that.
Well, that's great. So let's start off with telling our audience what you're doing these days to leave your mark of significance on the world.
Absolutely. Well, as you mentioned, I'm a newly published author. I'm an intuitive and I'm a coach. And I also have a coaching program based off of the book. It's very simple. I help clients decode chaos, energy, and illness in their body and in their lives. Kind of just doing the work to simplify, creating structure around the process. So it's really just kind of accessible for everybody. So people can kind of start where they're at, helping people understand, what's playing out in their lives. So, in the story, so we can just kind of be more intentional and strategic about where we want to go with it.
Very good. We need a lot of healing in the world these days. So take us back to another time. I want to go back into your life, back into San Diego, in suburbia, where you were working in the corporate world, corporate America, as you called it. And when that life was at its best before you got sick, tell us about those days.
Yeah, well, I'm a mom of two sons in their 20s now. And I was married to an old friend of mine over 15 years. And each of us had sons we brought into the marriage. So we lived, in a house on the hill by the lake, sent us to the best schools in the area, very involved with my children, community. I was the book at the high school basketball team locally. I was kind of the second mom to a lot of the kids in the neighborhood. Like you mentioned, I worked in corporate. So I worked in corporate as an executive in healthcare and the pharmaceutical industries, managing doctors, medical offices, entire businesses. I had also a consulting business, and my husband and I had businesses as well. So we were very, very busy and involved in making money and in doing the and I'm going to air quote, the things that, you think that you're supposed to be doing. I enjoyed my work, but it was a bit stressful, as it can be when you're raising children and doing the things. But I felt like I had a really great life. Up until he was like,
and we'll get to that. So when you talk about your two boys, is that the two that came from both marriages, from both of you?
Yes. So I had one and he had
one. Okay. I didn't know if there was a second boy that I was missing, and there was three in total. Okay, that's great. Well, so now let's look forward 10 years. And how do you plan to be impacting the world in 2030 and beyond? What's Draya Love got going on there?
Okay. So I definitely see myself working in the alternative healing field with people who are game changers, with big thinkers, people who are really committed to the process of not only healing themselves, but healing other people, creating a structure for people to walk through and access their life's work, helping them understand their journey, creating structure so people can tell their stories, walk into their gifts, and basically create the life that they want, and doing networking with people and possibilities in all ways.
That's great. And that kind of lines up with a lot of the ways with my definition of significance, which is doing things you love in places you love with people you love and creating something of value to others. So it's doing and it's giving, but to be a giver, you need excess capacity in your life. So tell our audience, what are your personal practices, physical, mental, spiritual, financial, emotional? What do you do to build the capacity you need to take good care of yourself and to still have something more to give to others?
Yeah, well, actually, this is a really important topic for me because I got myself sick because I was not doing those things. So staying in balance is very important to me. So, starting with physical, I spend a couple hours minimally a day listening to my body and working with my body to see whatever my needs are for the day. And for the most part, it includes like stretching. I do a lot of vibration therapy and frequency therapy. I just do a lot of things to engage my body on many levels and to what it needs. I also do a lot of visualization. I listen to music and I dance and I embody things. So I make sure that my body can feel that. Mental and emotional. For probably most days. So I can kind of process what's coming up for me. Journaling helps me like see on paper, maybe what I'm feeling and I wasn't necessarily with. And I tend to, as I'm seeing those things, I tend to like process and end up crying, not on purpose, but I do cry a lot. And I found that tears can really be very magical. And so I do that, helping my body, actually feel what it needs to feel to process through what I'm feeling and allowing that.
Are you crying sad tears, happy tears, all of the above?
All of the above. No, and I get them all the time, all day long. I could just be listening to a song and something will hit me in my belly. And I feel so deeply something and then just tears start running and I just let them come. So that's actually really helpful for me. Financially, I would say that making sure to have multiple streams of income has been important for me in this day and age. And also looking at flow in money and a term of arigato money. And that's basically blessing your money and giving it and it will be blessed in receiving it. So I'm trying to work with that flow and that concept of, the giving and the receiving. And I'm appreciating that. And then spiritually, I would say candles I do and herbs to move energy. I let that ancient technology do the work for me, and then I'm a big person who uses crystals, always crystals, and I use them on my body and I use them in my life and I use them around in all my intention setting and things like that. So I let the energy of the earth help me do what I need to do.
And how do crystals work? Different crystals do different things for you at different times? How does that work?
Yeah, well, they're all just emitting a specific frequency, just as I was talking about frequency therapy. And so they're helping us balance. And so let's just say for our throat chakra, that would be blue. So I'm wearing blue today. And so that's actually going to help balance my ability to speak. And so I'm wearing this so I can speak more clearly and be in that with that space intentionally. And like specifically here, so this one's got like all the chakra colors on it. So that's to help my chakras intentionally stay balanced. And I just have the crystals help me balance the frequencies and assist me in letting my body do what it needs to do in a more natural state.
The audience, probably a lot of us don't know a lot about energy healing and energy in general, but if you get all your energy working right, your life is flowing in amazing ways, right?
Absolutely, brother, in so many ways.
Yeah, very good. Awesome, Draya. Well, let's take a quick commercial break because I want to tell our audience about three things. A super cool company called Third Rock Essentials, how they can get a 20% discount for life at Happy Living, and how their February purchases will create a great big donation to WITV7. Happy Living here. I love good things made by good people. That's why I love Third Rock Essentials, a company founded by a surfer with a PhD that believes all personal care products should be so safe you can eat them. I drink an ounce of chelated silver oxide supplement every day to strengthen my immune system. Third Rock Essentials has all natural sun care, skin care, and silver supplement products I trust. Check them out at happyliving.com and select Partners in Happy. You'll save 20% off all purchases every time you buy using promo code HAPPYLIVING. Plus, for every order placed during the month of February, I'll donate 20% to WITV7. Okay, we're back, and this is the Something Significant show, and I'm Matt Gersper. My friends, I invite you to join us in the natural movement towards USA Source toxin-free personal care. Check out our all-natural sun care, skin care, and silver supplement products. Just go to happyliving.com, select Friends of Happy, and shop Third Rock Essentials. And now let's get back to my special guest, Draya Love. She's retraining herself to create the balanced, fun, and manageable life that she was meant to live. Along the way, she's sharing the details of her experience, the good, the bad, and the ugly of her wild story, all of it. And she's on a mission to teach others how to find their own superpowers too. She's helping people wake up in the middle of their life. So Draya, in my second book, Turning Inspiration into Action, I explore the idea that big transformations and discovery of purpose often come from devastation, a terrible illness, a near-death experience, some big crisis shakes your life. But I've used a happier way and created transformations in my life with inspiration. So will you take us back to San Diego when your body got really sick and no longer allowed you to work? And then a few months following that, your husband wanted out of the marriage. Take us back to the darkest of those days and then tell us what brought you out into the light. Was it devastation? Was it inspiration? Was it something else? What was the catalyst or the shift or the great awakening that brought you to discover your life's purpose?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, when my body got sick, I was not interested in doing the things that I was doing any longer and said, okay, we're going to put a stop to this. And then my husband left. I was really, really shocked because I was just in that system and in the paradigm of, doing the thing, you're raising your children and everything. And so it was time to listen to my body, and she was crying and she was just trying to talk to me. And so my life completely switched. And it was like a whole new chapter. My children and I, our family split. And so my older son and I, we moved back to the Bay Area for several years, and my younger son stayed. And I basically spent that time listening and travel the mess really that was in front of me, getting off medications. I was on a ton of meds, and I started to be able to hear my body speak in ways that I definitely couldn't hear before when I was working full time and doing the mom thing and the wife thing and just in the rat race. I couldn't hear at that point. And so this healing would position me to do what I needed to do to access my gifts. But I had to start to walk through that to access it. So it was walking the healing journey. It was that painful new chapter that opened for me that was like, okay, this is your opportunity to clean up your mess, understand. So I started to look at that, and I just really started to listen, and my life completely changed. It took a long time.
So what did it mean that you started listening to your body? One day you were taking meds to cover some pain or illness, and the next day you decided your body said something to you. What does that look like? I don't think most of us know what that was like.
Yeah, it was I was on a lot of medications, and I didn't just get off of everything at one time. I had to pick specifically what my body can handle and how I was able to get off of that. So what I started to realize is when I was taking the medications, I was just telling my body that I didn't hear it had to say to me. And so I came to some consensus with myself that I was not would shut myself up anymore. And I wanted to hear what it had to say. So once I decided to stop taking the medications, my body, it's kind of like I shook hands with my body and made a deal and said, okay, we're going to talk now.
Did something happen? Did something happen that created that switch?
just a realization that I didn't want to be on medication anymore. My body just specifically told me it did not want that. And I knew that it was a shift that I had to make. And so it was really just a choice, and many events coming to. My doctor, some of my doctors were encouraging me to get off of medications. And I remember being really panicked, thinking, especially for the one I was on for lupus, thinking, my God, I can't get off of that. Oh, that's too scary. And I actually walked out of my doctor's office that day, and my body told me, you're never taking one of those pills again. And so she told me to half my meds, and my body said, no, you're never taking that again. And I literally never took one of those pills again.
So in climbing out from that mess that you were in, medicated mess, if I can say it elegantly that way, at what point did you discover that you were onto something that was not only going to heal your body, but was also your purpose and was going to change your life?
Well, I think that just healing or hearing my body had to say to me, and once I got off the medication, something different happened. I could hear in a different way, and that was huge and noticeable and conversation worthy, because that's the thing, is putting the medications in my body, I realized that I couldn't hear. People don't know what to do, but it was quieting that down. As I was able to take the medications out of my life, I could actually hear what I needed more specifically to my body needs.
And so your actual hearing or your intuitive hearing, or both?
My intuitive hearing.
Intuitive
hearing, say.
Yeah. And so that got louder and louder and more clear and clear to you as you got unmedicated.
100%. And it really took time. Like, it took me 1.5 years to get off of all my meds.
And when did it switch from a heal yourself message to, hey, I got something to offer, I can heal others?
It took a couple years, and it genuinely has taken a couple years to figure out what that looked like. And as I have transmuted and processed through these things in my body and my life, I realized by telling people it really resonated with people. So I started to realize, hey, just walking my journey, listening to my body, hey, that's my gift. And what if I could teach others, listening to themselves and doing their own work, they could tap into their gifts too. And so it became so simple and gift worthy.
Awesome. And so we've talked about capacity and then finding your purpose. And when you combine those two, the sky's the limit. That's the happy formula, I call it. Capacity plus purpose equals happy. But I know the real magic of life comes from that fourth element of significance, doing work that creates value for others. So tell us, how does it feel when you help a client decode the energy playing out in their life and their body and focus on their most important work and bring positive, lasting change into their life? Or when another one tells you, and this is a quote, "This has been one of the utmost transformative experiences I've had in such a long time." What kind of joy does creating value and lifting others bring into your life?
Leading people into transformation is been, and bringing people to find their own joy. It's been a real game changer for me. Showing people things that are literally right under their nose, and it's right in front of us and in our space, helping them pay attention to what's happening all of the time. And then specifically saying, hey, by the way, you can find your own answers, and just giving them a ton of tools has been very transformational, and it opens my heart. I feel like I'm just doing the work that I'm supposed to be doing. And it's just teaching them about the awareness and the flow. And it's amazing, and it's transferred to me. I feel like me giving to them is giving a gift back to me. And it's shown me so much value in the relationships, in co-creation, in community. And it's really completely shifted my views on how things should work, honestly.
Yeah, it's great. If I give you a gift of $5, that gift has energy. $5 worth of energy, you can go do something with it. But if you spend it, it's gone, it's finite. But if I give you the gift of transforming your life, that's not an earthly energy, that's like a spiritual energy. And the more I give it to you, you have energy from it, but the more I have, it's infinite. It never runs out. And doesn't it feel that way as the more you get into this and you're helping others, it's just this beautiful upward spiral of helping each other?
Without a doubt. Walking into this work and working with other people to find their work and this energetic co-creation, oh my gosh, I'm genuinely so happy every single day. Yeah. And I'm elated, honestly, doing this work.
That's awesome. That's what it's all about. Okay, let's do a little lightning round. I love to read one of my favorite quotes, and then you respond to it, and we can kind of see how your brain works and who you are in a different way. So here we go. This one's from St. Catherine of Siena. She says, "Be who you were created to be, and you'll set the world on fire."
Yeah, I absolutely believe that. And I found that in my own journey. And I found that it's a beautiful gift that we get to give one another and be for one another. So I believe that wholeheartedly, that we don't have to do, we just get to be. And we are that gift. Yeah.
A quick follow-up. What stops people from just being?
I think the doing.
The doing is what we're supposed to do.
Yeah, I do.
Good. Okay, from Michelangelo, the sculpture is already complete within the marble block before I start my work. It's already there. I just have to chisel away the superfluous material.
You know, I'm actually finding a lot of truth in that. And I have not always seen things that way, but it's been a gift. Now I am able to see things and envision that what is for me, and it's already there. And if I give the universe, if I go out into the universe and I give the universe a little room to work and say, hey, that's what I want. I don't necessarily know how I'm going to get there, but let's start chiseling. But you already know that it's under there, and you co-create. It's been so exciting. And I feel like the co-creation with the universe has been really fun to experience this way.
I love it. One of the things I love about that quote from a personal transformation perspective is, if you want your life to change, start looking at what you can get rid of, not what you can get. Because you already have everything you need. It's already in there. And so if you say, what can I get? That's a different mindset than what don't I need? What's superfluous?
I like that, Matt.
So this one's from Satya Sai Baba. And I read this. This actually is a theme of my life. But he says, my life is my message.
I believe that very much. I have something in my book. It says that for us to be a living, breathing, walking manifestation of what we love. And I absolutely believe that that's encompassed in that quote, that we are just to be, love, and walk and exist in the space of who we truly are.
Beautiful. From Adyashanti, this one blows me away. A total acceptance of yourself brings about a total transcendence of yourself.
Yes, and I believe we must come into full acceptance of all the sides of ourselves to be able to transcend those things and love everything into the space of what's in front of us, the awareness of who we are in totality.
So as you search all those chakras in there, why is it so hard for us to accept ourselves? We accept others, we accept our dogs, we accept that our trees aren't perfect. Why is it so hard for us to accept ourselves as we are?
I don't think we understand. I don't think that conceptually we understand what we're here to do. I think that we're very caught up in the story that we're living. And it's hard. I mean, it's hard work to get out of that story. I'm working myself out of that darn story every day because I tell myself a story all the time. It's constant awareness and work. So, this isn't easy work.
Yeah. So this might help. Let's see. Two more to go. This one, I don't know who it's from. It's just, I've heard it from my past. Other people's opinion of you is none of your business.
I'm aware of that. I try not to let other people's opinion get to me, but I am aware of it. But I also don't let it define me by any means.
Very good. Last one from Goff. Whatever you can do or dream you can do, begin it. Boldness has genius, power, and magic in it. Begin it now.
I would 100% agree. Beginning your journey with boldness, because it's going to be wild regardless. Here to journey. We're here to walk in the space. And like, that is our work. And nobody else can do our work for us. So making the decision just to be bold and say, forget it, I'm just going to do it. And just dive into our journey wholeheartedly it's more powerful, most powerful thing we can do.
Wonderful. All right. Sadly, our time's come to an end. So would you just take a minute or two and share any parting remarks that you'd like to leave with our audience?
I just appreciate the opportunity to be on, share my story and my gifts. And I appreciate the support from the collective. And I encourage everyone to get involved in their own healing journey. It's a great time investment, finding ourselves in the magic that we are individually and giving ourselves that gift. If you are interested in coaching or my book or resources on healing or the wake up process, you can go to drayalove.com, blog, podcasts, and all the things. So thank you so much, Matt.
Awesome. You're quite welcome. Thank you for everything. And Draya, I just want to say, I really love your energy and your spirit. And I love how you used them to heal yourself and then to re-engineer a career based on things you love, things that wouldn't make you sick again, things that support your natural gifts and experiences. That's awesome enough. But I really love how you're using all of it to help others heal and re-engineer and fall in love with their own life too. Thank you for spreading your unique kind of Draya love all around the world.
Thank you, brother, so much. I appreciate it.
And now, friends out there, it's your turn for a little love. If you can hear my voice and you were inspired by today's show with Draya Love, please give what you can to WITV7. They're a 501c3 charity on a mission to educate, empower, and encourage. They do good works with your kindness. A great big thank you, as always, to WITV7 for hosting and promoting our show so we can keep reaching people ready to create their own extraordinary lives. A special thank you to our sponsors for the month of February, Third Rock Essentials and Happy Living. Remember, I'll donate 20% of every purchase for the entire month to WITV7. So tell all your friends too. Just go to happyliving.com, select Friends of Happy, and shop Third Rock. And most especially, thank you, viewers and listeners. You'll find links to websites and social media and all things Draya Love. Find her, friend her, buy her book, read her blog, schedule a free coaching inquiry session, or find out what quantum healing or soul contract decoding is. From me to you, dear friends, I love you and I want you to be happy. We do what we do on the Something Significant show to inspire you to live your life to its fullest, to believe as I do that a better self is always possible today and every day for the rest of our lives. This is your time to be bold. This is your time to start creating the life of your dreams, for it's there on your special path, your unique and distinctive journey. That's where you're going to discover the way to make your mark of significance on the world. Till next time, I'm Matt Gersper. You are awesome, and this is the Something Significant show. And we're out.